In today's video, we'll be showing you how to set and use your Patek Philippe 5040J. This particular piece is a perpetual calendar with a tunnel shaped case in yellow gold. It's an exquisite piece with multiple functions. So it not only tells you the correct time, date, year, as well as telling you when something is in what stage of the leap year, whether it's the first, second, third, fourth year of the leap year, and also the phases of the moon. So you're able to set multiple functions on this piece by using the push buttons indicated, one here, also on the side of the case just here, and also one last one underneath between the lugs at 6 o'clock here. You also have the crown, which you can set the time with. So when setting the piece, I would always suggest make sure you know where the watch is in regards to its time. If it's AM, PM, you want to make sure that it's not anywhere between 10 and 2 o'clock at night. So you can see it's just changed over. So the date and the day has changed. So whether it was the 5th, now it's changed to the 6th. It was Saturday, now it's changed to Sunday. So now we know it's now 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, now 6 o'clock in the morning. So we're in a safe place at 7 o'clock. So we know that none of the wheels, cogs or anything is engaged, and we're always going clockwise, never anti-clockwise, with any perpetual or high complication movement. So again, you get multiple pushers that you can use. I always suggest a toothpick, just because you won't scratch it, or you won't damage the push buttons, or using anything metal. But you do get multiple pushers like this one, which is a metal generic pusher, which you can use, as well as I had the toothpick or the wooden stick. That's one that I would always suggest. You also get, with most complicated watches from Patek, you get the Patek pushers, or the stylus as they would call it. I always suggest using a toothpick. Is something that, again, safety wise, you won't scratch it or damage it while depressing any of the pushers. We'll start off with this pusher. So this one will set your day. It's just to show you what the function is. It's you want to make sure when choosing a pusher as well that it's not too big and you don't damage any of the outer case, in case you are using a metal one, and you don't want to press too hard or too firmly. It's something that you'll feel it. It doesn't need much pressure, but you can see with a small amount of pressure it's changing now. So the weekday you will see change from Tuesday to Wednesday, and so forth. Now the pusher that we'll be pressing next will change both the date and the day simultaneously. So that's one pusher to do 2 of the indicators or 2 of the readings. So you see it's changing now from 7, and that's changed to Thursday, and from 6 to 7 it's gone there. So again, we'll just press that again, so you can see again, not too much pressure, just pressing it enough, and fully release the button before pressing it again. So make sure you've fully released it. And the next pusher will change the month, and will also simultaneously change which leap year segment it's in, whether it's the first year after a leap year, second, third or fourth year, and whether the fourth is the actual leap year. So you can check what current year we're in the and set it accordingly. To change the leap year, you just have to go past all of the months. So you have it's gone from July to September, October, then November, and then when you've passed that last one and gone into January, you'll see now it's started to go into the 3rd year. So just make sure again you're fully releasing the button, and carry on going until you get to the correct date. So now once you've set it to the date you've intended, the last setting would be the moon phase. You can check what phase we're currently in the moon. Patek have an excellent guide on what the current phases of the moon are. So please don't get mistaken with this being your AM or PM indicator. It changes very slowly over the month. So you'll have either, this indicates like a full moon, and as it keeps going, so over the course of the phases of the moon, you'll have say like a half moon, and it carries on going until you have a known moon, or where there's no moon that's visible at that time. So you can set it like so. And that's how to set a perpetual calendar. Now this movement is actually quite a simple one and a very forgiving movement. This movement will allow you to make a mistake, as it were, especially when it comes to setting the date. There are other movements which are very unforgiving. Those movements, for instance, a perpetual calendar IWC, have a very complicated one button or one setting mechanism movement. So everything changes in unison, and it has a year indicator on there. So there's no way that if you were to pass that time, or say for instance it's 2020 and you've mistakenly set it to 2021, there's no way to get it back to that 2020 unless it goes to IWC to be reset. There's no pushers, there's no buttons for you to press, as you can see, no way to set each date or function individually. This is something that only gets set with the movement of the crown. It's a beautiful piece, it's just, it has to be set very carefully. It's not one that I would say allows for any form of error on the user's side. As you can see here on the IWC, it has the window there for 2020. IWC are very clever in the sense they also give you the year for the next set. So they'll give you a small part, a disc that basically you can interchange. So this one will currently go up to 2099. Then you'd have to insert the next piece to make it 2100. Whereas on the Patek it only has the quadrant, so it's the year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4 of the leap year. So this wouldn't need any changing in 100 years to come, or you wouldn't have to do anything. It just carries on calculating the leap years using the 1, 2, 3, 4 method. With the IWC, as you're not able to make any adjustments or go back, it's something that I would probably suggest putting on a watch winder once it is set once, and at least that way you know you're not having to reset or change the date or time. It's one of the pieces that I actually would suggest putting it on a watch winder. And that concludes our video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please like, share, subscribe and click on the notification buttons. And any suggestions you have, please leave a comment below. Hope you've enjoyed, and see you next time.